I walk in the pharmacy, open up the pharmacy. There's this lady standing there with her arms crossed. She goes, "You work here?" I said, "No, I'm just back here stealing some shit. How can I help you?" With an attitude, she's like, "Who you is?" But I had to be professional because I'm the pharmacist. So I said, "Ma'am, I is the pharmacist. How can I help you?" "I'm here to pick up my subscription." I said, "To which magazine?" She's like, "I don't want no magazine, I want my medicine." I said, "Oh, prescription." She was like, "Same thing." I was like, "Not really." I said, "Ma'am, what's your date of birth?" "Why?" "So I could plan you a birthday party." "What do you mean, why?" "I'm trying to find your prescription. When's your birthday?" "In a couple of weeks." I said, "Ma'am, forget it. What's your name?" She's like, "Taquasia Brown." I said, "Spell it. Like the color?" "Ma'am, I have a doctorate degree. I know how to spell brown." "How do you spell Taquasia?" She's like, capital T, lower A, dash, capital Q, U, S, H, I, A. I'm thinking to myself, did she give me her name or her Wi-Fi password? I said, "Okay, ma'am, I looked, I can't find anything. Are you sure they sent it here?" She's like, "Well, the doctor sent it to CVS, but this was closer."
But as first responders, we have that dark humor, especially nurses, firefighters, all of us, we have that stuff that we talk about behind the scenes that we could never talk about in the public eye. You have conversations behind that curtain that you would never have in the waiting room. You know what I'm saying? Let me take you in my world, my experience one time. It's the middle of the night. This guy goes up to the mountain where I work. He parks next to a very large reservoir. He gets out of his car and he moves to the passenger seat. He sits down and he takes out a double-barreled shotgun. Puts it to his chin, pulls the trigger. Nothing from here up was left. So we have to call out the detective to investigate the scene, to identify the decedent. The on-call detective gets there. The first thing you got to do is you got to identify this person. So he starts rooting around his pockets, and inside his pocket he finds his wallet. He opens his wallet, and inside he finds his driver's license. He's standing across the car from me, and he looks down at the license, then he looks up at me. Then he takes his thumb, puts it over the photograph, held it up and said, "Do you think this is our guy right here?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't know that I agree. And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Bro, look at the license. It says he has green eyes." To me, it's clear he has blue eyes. One blue that way and one blue the other way. Good for you. Let it out like a good fart. Let it out. And we had one of the new trainees with us, right? And I looked over and he's like, just himself. And then he asked a stupid question. He's like, "Vinny, what do you think this guy was thinking?" And me being the vet that I was like, I got no idea what he was thinking. I could tell you the last damn thing that went through his mind, but I have no idea. Man, give yourselves a big round of applause for that dark humor. Nobody else gets it like we do, man.
This is why I don't smoke weed. And bear with me, man, because I lose all the fellas when I tell this story. This is why I don't smoke. Because one time I got so high and paranoid that I thought my little brother was flirting with me. And tell you what happened. My brother and I have moved into our first apartment. We celebrate being bachelors. We celebrate being adults. My brother meets these neighbors down the hall. Now they make us these edible brownies. I never had an edible. I didn't know you're only supposed to eat one brownie. Guys, I had like 5 or 6 brownies. Who you telling? Man, I was dipping them in milk. I was warming them up in a microwave. I was in the kitchen talking about 10, 9, 8. I eat so many brownies, I start freaking my little brother out, who normally smokes a lot of weed. And he was like, listen, man, go get in the shower and you'll come down. Well, we had just moved into this apartment and everything was still boxed up, all the towels, right? So I go get in the shower, and for some reason, I just keep feeling more and more and more paranoid. And for some reason, as I kept on with my shower, as I was putting the soap on, I felt sexy as shit. I ain't gonna lie. And then the paranoia just hit me at an all-time high. I was like, oh, shit. What if my brother set this up? What if he got me high, took all the towels out the bathroom, waited till I put this soap on so that he could try to this chocolate deliciousness, right? So I came out the bathroom, but I kept the soap on. I don't know why the hell I did it. I was confident. And I'll play my brother. I'm my brother in this story. I'm my brother. This is the TV. This is the bathroom. This is my room. It's an apartment. The doors are really close. And I'm thinking if I walk fast enough, my brother won't notice me. And I start to come out the bathroom, and then the floor makes like one of those squeaky noises that old apartments and old houses make. And my brother hears that noise, and he turns his head really slow and starts staring at me. And I started staring at him. In all honesty, I know my brother's like, why the hell you standing there naked with soap on? But in my mind, I was like, oh, shit. He just realized how irresistible I am. I'm standing there naked as with all this soap on. I just started screaming, please don't me, please don't me. That's it. My brother hate that joke too.
One of the worst things I ever did do as a cop was shoot a deer, because I don't hunt. I love animals, right? Bambi, one of my favorites. Right? I got a call that a car hit a deer, but the deer was still alive, okay? They didn't teach me at the police academy how to shoot a deer. They just figure if you're from Maine, everyone knows how to shoot a deer. I didn't know. Okay, so I'm going real slow, hoping it dies before I get there. There's a line piled up behind me. No one's passing me. I'm trying to wave them around with my mitten out the left window. No one's passing me. Right? And I'm thinking, what am I going to do to shoot the deer? I don't know how to shoot the deer. I'd never heard an animal. And I remember someone at the station saying, if you ever have to shoot a deer, the fastest, quickest way is pick up the ear, one shot behind the ear, get it over with. Right? So and that's what I'm going to do. I pull up to the scene. There's 40 people waiting for me. They all got scanners up there. Cops are coming. It was like a big night out for these people. There's a whole crowd. And I go, hold on, just take a second. Step right back there. All right, I put on my rubber gloves. I reach down, I grab the ear, I fire. Blood splatters from head to toe. I had to act like that's what I meant to do. I holster my gun. You have a good night now. Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up, right? I get into my police car. I look in the rearview mirror. I got blood all over my face, my glasses. I was shaking. It looked like I killed a family of 4 with my bare hands, right? I walk into the station, I'm like, yeah, who told me to pick up the ear? One shot. They're like, oh, dude, we were just kidding about that. Well, they were all looking at me like I'm some kind of psycho cop. For the next 4 years, no one ever committed a crime in that town while I was on duty.
But that's the thing with healthcare, man. You know, you gotta bring the stories to life. You know, and it's not that we're heartless when we bring this stuff up. It's really not, because what we see and deal with is f***ing crazy. Like when I saw the results of my patient's x-ray for abdominal pain, and it revealed an entire can of hairspray in said ass. Can of hairspray in his ass, okay? And you know, I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm a clumsy guy. I misplace a lot of things. Okay? I get it, dude. I put the, TV remote in the fridge. I put the milk in the cabinet before. I put the hairspray can in my ass. I've done it, man. I get it. So I show my coworker, and her first concern is, well, what brand? As if that's gonna determine her next purchase, okay? So we walk in the patient's room. He's just sulking on the side of the bed. He knows it's coming. He's like a kid in the principal's office. I walk in there. Hey, buddy. So the abdominal pain, he's like, yeah, I know you guys would see it. I know you'd see the toothbrush in there. Back the up. The what? Go back, look at the scan. I'll be goddamn, there's a toothbrush and a hairspray can right next to each other. He tried digging out the hairspray can with his toothbrush. Toothbrush, hairspray. I even asked him if my fiance was in there. That sounds like her carry-on luggage, dude. She packed the same Julia!